Okay. All right. Hey guys. Hi. I know it's late. Um, I know I look a little crazy. Sorry for the straps. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Lots to talk about today. I'm just getting home from work. It was a really kind of long day. Guys, it's rough out there. Thank you guys for joining me. For those of you who are on YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being here on Facebook. I'm sorry again, it's so late. I just got home from work, and guys, it's tough. It is so tough right now. Um, it's exhausting. So many people are sick. COVID is everywhere, and I don't know. It's just the staff in my office. They're overwhelmed and exhausted. Doctors are. I don't even know what to say. I don't know. Hi, I'm sorry to be all like Debbie Downer over here, but I just feel it was a rough day, honestly. If you want to know, it was kind of a rough day. And thank you guys for the stars on Facebook. I so appreciate you. And thank you guys on YouTube for your super chats and super stickers. And sorry if I'm a little melancholy or Debbie Downer, but there is some good news today. And let's talk about that before I cry. All right, so the good news. I woke up to this news. You guys might have woken up to this news, which is that we have a second vaccine candidate that seems to be doing some good, which is amazing. It's the Moderna vaccine. It's also another mRNA vaccine, which is kind of exciting because this is relatively sort of different technology than what we've used before. I'll sort of give you the nitty gritty on this vaccine. And I have to say again, I was very surprised to wake up and see this news. I didn't know when we would get information about some of the other vaccine candidates. And of course, didn't know that it would seem to be so effective. Guys, it seems to be roughly 94.5% effective. That is huge. It's even more than the Pfizer vaccine, the Pfizer COVID vaccine, which is again in the 90s is amazing for a COVID vaccine. This is exciting that we're seeing estimates of it being that effective. So a couple things that you should know. Now you guys know I've done some videos on the Pfizer COVID vaccine. If you haven't taken a look at those, please do, because I talk about some of the specifics. Remember, with the Pfizer COVID vaccine, it's got to be refrigerated at rather almost kind of frozen at negative, almost like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 94 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that, which is super cold. And I don't know if you guys remember in my last videos, I've talked about how it may be difficult for us to get storage lockers and freezers in different places to make sure we are able to keep them cold and also transport them safely. That's definitely going to be a challenge with those. But with this Moderna vaccine, even though it's an mRNA platform, it needs to be stored at 4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is still very cold, but it's not as cold as the other vaccine, not as cold as the Pfizer one. So that may be a good thing, especially for certain doctors' offices and practices, etc. You know, the idea here is we want a lot of options, right? A lot of options will help us vaccinate more people, faster, will help us make sure that more people can get the vaccine, right? So when I talk about vaccine candidate, I'm talking about all the different trials and vaccines that are being studied right now. They are candidates to be a COVID vaccine. They're in trials. So we have two vaccine candidates, the Pfizer one we talked about last week and then the Moderna one that just came out today. So 94.5% effective, which is amazing. Needs to be stored at cool temperatures, but not as cold as the Pfizer vaccine, 4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a lot better, right? It's also this mRNA platform, which I think I'm going to do some videos about that platform because a lot of you guys have been asking some questions about it. So I will do a video on that. Couple things. This vaccine, the Moderna one, is also a 2-dose vaccine. Still needs to be studied in children, is my understanding. So there are about 30,000 people in the trial. This is what I gathered from the press release, about 30,000 people in the trial. And it was actually a relatively diverse group of people in the trial, which you know I'm a big fan of. You know, I believe in diverse clinical trials. We want people of color. We want men and women. We want old and young. We want people with different conditions, etc. We want to know how this vaccine is going to do in different people. So this trial had 30,000 people. It was relatively diverse in terms of the ages of the people in the trial, which is good. Also, in terms of cultural and racial diversity, there was cultural and racial diversity as well. You guys know that I've always, again, advocated for people getting involved in the trials. If you guys have been, I know many people, a few of you guys actually have, let's see here. A few of you guys actually have mentioned that you are in a vaccine trial. So again, for those of you who are in vaccine trials, God bless you and thank you so much for doing this. It is really the type of work that's really going to help us get to a vaccine, and we can't thank you enough for you guys. So thank you for that. A couple of things. The other thing too is that in this trial, apparently this COVID vaccine thus far has shown to protect against severe disease, severe COVID disease, which by the way is kind of a good thing. And that's something that wasn't necessarily looked at with the Pfizer COVID vaccine. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. Now, just like I said with the Pfizer COVID vaccine, we're still in the middle of not in the middle of the trial, but we're still, oh, Christine Buck, you said you just got the trial vaccine yesterday. It's from AstraZeneca. Excellent. So you're in an AstraZeneca trial, which is amazing. Again, for all of you who are in trials, right on, man. Thank you so much. Going back, so protects against severe disease, side effects, because it's important for us to talk about side effects. A couple days ago I did a video on vaccine side effects. Again, of course, we don't know all the side effects, but many of the side effects that have been shown in a lot of these vaccine candidates thus far have been mild to moderate. Things like fatigue, muscle aches, headaches, pain, and redness at the injection site. If you haven't taken a look at the video I did a couple days ago, I talk a little bit about that, why that even happens with vaccines. Remember, you can get those sort of same side effects with the flu vaccine that still exists with many vaccines. I've certainly got it with Gardasil and other vaccines as well. So please keep that in mind. But this is really amazing, guys. This is really, really amazing, and that was some amazing news to wake up to this morning, and I hope you guys all feel that too. It is such a blessing that we have two vaccine candidates that have made it this far and seem to do so well. As a reminder, the FDA had said initially that it wanted vaccine candidates to reach a threshold of at least being 50% effective. To give you an idea, so the fact that these vaccine candidates are 90% and above effective, at least it seems that way, is really remarkable. Again, we have to see if this effectiveness level sort of stays this way, meaning as the trial continues to go on. And of course, we're going to learn more about any potential side effects as time goes on too. People in these studies will still be monitored for a while. Certainly for a couple of months after the trial ends, and then even I'm not sure, I don't remember how many years it was, but they will still be monitored for side effects for a while so that we can learn as much as we need to learn. So once again, I should also say too that a vaccine is going to help us so much. We have had over 100,000 cases per day for 2 weeks now. Guys, the cases are through the roof. COVID levels are through the roof. And a vaccine is going to help. It's not going to do everything, but it's going to help a lot. And remember, when we get this vaccine, though, we're not going to be able to just stop wearing masks and start, hugging and kissing on everybody all of a sudden. We're not going to be able to do that. But I have a feeling you probably knew that, right? We probably knew that it wasn't going to be like a light switch where we just go back to being like we used to be. It's going to take a while, but a vaccine is going to be a step in the right direction. I want to say, to all of those who's had their work affected by COVID, one of the things that's on my mind and on my heart right now is not only with the cases. I live in the city of Philadelphia. We have just gotten some new restrictions put in place. These restrictions are going to help the COVID situation, but it's going to hurt the economy. It's going to potentially hurt families who may be losing income, workers who may not be working, and I'm thinking about all of the families and all of you guys out there who may be affected financially and from an economic standpoint regarding what's going on. We need stimulus money. I'm not a politician, and I'm not a politician. I'm not a finance person, but I know I can say that a lot of people out here need resources, and I'm hoping and praying that we that we pass some stimulus money, that we give our nation what is needed. So for any of you who are out of work or who have been out of work, or your work is now on the line because of COVID, God bless you, and my heart goes out to you, and I am praying that we get some answers and solutions, not only that we reduce COVID, but that we get you money. Bottom line, that we get stimulus money. It's needed. But one of the ways that we can also help is to try to curb this tide and to stem this tide of COVID. You know how many face mask videos I do. I do them all the time, and I do them because it's important for us to wear face masks. I'm sorry if I seem kind of pedantic and very this today. It just was a really rough day at work. We're seeing COVID left and right. Seeing it in terms of the patients that we're seeing via telemedicine, that we're screening. We're referring to COVID testing because their symptoms are severe. And I'm worried about some patients. I'm hearing about childhood family members and friends back home in Iowa that are in the hospital, that are very, very ill, had positive COVID tests. I mean, look, my story and what I'm telling you is no different than your story. You have the same experiences because there are so many cases. This has touched all of us and is touching every single one of us. If it's not family, and I have family members now, multiple family members that either have had COVID or have COVID right now, this is leaching out to everywhere. So guys, I know that masks have been politicized, but it makes no sense for it to remain that way. And I'm pleading with any of you, if you haven't worn masks or have not been certain about masks or have been concerned about them, I'm pleading with you that you trust the science, which tells us that masks work, and that you wear them. And that you encourage people around you to wear them, and that we all don't sort of gather in groups. We think a large part of the spread of COVID that we're seeing is due to small gatherings. It's COVID fatigue. You get kind of tired. You're getting kind of tired of hunkering down and being in, so you invite a few people over. Just a few people or what have you. And those small gatherings is what's literally contributing to the cases that we are seeing, amongst other things. Don't get me wrong, right? And plenty of other things that have happened and are happening that have contributed to it. But I'm saying these small gatherings we think is a large part of it. So none of that. We gotta cut that out. Hand washing, hand sanitizing. One thing I will say, and I put this in the video, I did a video earlier today on Fox 5 News DC, and I was talking about, they were asking me, is it time to stop going to the doctor? Is it time to start stocking up on things? And guys, I don't want you to stop going to the doctor. Your doctor is very likely doing things in a safe way. Don't stop going to your dentist. If you have concerns, I want you to call your doctor and dentist's office and talk with them about your concerns. Arrange other ways of seeing your doctor. Maybe it's telemedicine if you don't want to go in, okay? But please make sure that you stay up on your health care, telemedicine or not. It's really, really important. The other thing I would say, and I lost my train of thought. Stockpiling things. Yeah, please don't hoard things. Please don't go to the CVS and to other places and start hoarding toilet tissue and things like that. What it does is it creates shortages for everyone else, and that puts people in a bind. Let's not steal. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean the word steal. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Let's not buy up all the Lysol, the Clorox, and this and that. Buy what you need. Maybe keep an extra or so on hand, but let's not hoard things from grocery stores and stuff like that. It doesn't help us as a whole. And also what it does is it creates more panic and anxiety. There's nothing like being scared of COVID and then also being scared that you're not going to be able to get your cleaning supplies or stocking delivery trucks. Remember back in the day and early in COVID when you probably knew which day the delivery truck came to your local grocery store because that's what you had to do to make sure you got supplies. We don't need that. There's enough anxiety as already, okay? So, I'm not trying to sound preachy. It's just that I love y'all and I love this nation. I love everyone. I love my patients. I love everyone. But it's true. My heart is sinking. my heart is bleeding. It's tough. This is tough, guys. And it is so bad out there. There are so many cases. And I'm not sure that people who don't believe in COVID, I'm not sure they even understand this. I don't know people really get how bad it is out there. So I'm going to stop sort of lecturing and preaching, but I just, please, hang in there. And please try to, encourage people around you to do well. Let's end on a really positive note, which is this vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, okay? It's another vaccine trial for all the misery that has happened in the year 2020. What a blessing and a gift it is that we've been given two COVID vaccine candidates that seem to be doing very well so far. And given our luck in 2020, I never would have imagined that that would be the case. If you asked me how, I wasn't sure. When they were like vaccine, I was like, we'll see when we see, won't we? So I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that these seem to be effective so far. Again, we still have a long way to go. I'm not making promises. No one can. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Again, Glenn McDaniel, you're saying it's going to be a rough winter. It is. It already is rough. Guys, please spread the good word. Guys, I love you. I want to thank you guys again for those of you sending stars. I want to thank you so much for stars. For those of you on YouTube right now watching, thank you for sending super chats and super stickers. I appreciate all of you who are members of my groups. I have 4 membership groups on YouTube, so thank you for joining them. And on Facebook, of course, I've got my Dr. Jen Superstars, my subscription group. And if you have not joined Healthy Living with Dr. Jen, please join. Let's hang in there, guys. Let's hang in there and be strong, okay? We can do this. As I always say, we'll get through this. We're going to get through this one way or another, but we want to get through this, all of us, and come out on the other side. And the way we do that, the way we try to do that, is that we work to the best of our ability. We stay vigilant. I'm so sorry. That's not even a word. I just said, let's stay vigilant. I was like, that doesn't sound right. So let's stay vigilant. Okay, let's stay vigilant. Don't get tired. Don't get weary. Hang in there. We can do this. Wear your masks. Social distance. And honestly, I've said this before, the safest Thanksgiving is one where you are looking at people through Zoom or you're only with people from your household. Guys, I love you. Okay? All right. I'm going to see you all soon. Take good care of yourselves, okay? All right.